Hello. Excuse my throat. You might notice me clearing it a lot, but I am going to discuss art, specifically sexy art, erotic art, and why it can be healing for some, and my experience with it. So that's basically the point. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of drawing. This is what I'm working on. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just going to be working on that a little bit while we discuss these talking points. I'd also like to thank you guys so much for joining in and taking the time to swing by and listen and engage with me if you choose. But getting into the video. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is as of recently, I've had a lot of time to myself. I've been recovering from a surgery, so I've been immobile, and I've kind of had to just lay in bed. And I used to be very big in art. I kind of stopped, and as of recently, I've just gotten back into it, as someone who is not financially well. I kind of have to find joy in different ways, and I thought, why not create? Because even when I am pouting and I'm like, man, if I had the money, I'd buy this. I'm talking about buying art supplies to do things. The thing is that I just need to start somewhere and just do it. And basically, as I've been kind of having this time to myself, I've been trying to find things to draw and to paint and everything like that. And when you're creating, it has to be natural, It has to be something that you want to do, something that you want to express, something that means something to you. And I'm not alone at this time. Like, I'm at my mom's so that she can take care of me, after the surgery in case I need anything. And so I'm like, dang it, like, Julian, why do you want to create, erotic art? Because I don't want them to just, have my parents see me creating like that, and unfortunately for me, I do care because my family is very old school, a little bit of a prudish bunch, and I don't want to be questioned. And for the first time, I just kind of went with it, and I just started creating. And it was such a sexy, amazing process because it was creative energy. And mingling creative energy with sexual energy is like insane, because sexual energy is creative energy. And it just felt so good and so liberating. And as someone who is queer, not, a standard person in that way, oftentimes in media, I can't relate to anything because, no disrespect, it's not relatable because they're all cisgendered straight relationships. So I can't relate to any of it. None of it, makes me feel what I'm looking for. And so I always think to myself, well, there needs to be more of this. And so then I push myself and I'm like, okay, well then why don't you create it? And then my excuse is time. Well, now I do have the time. And so I've started the process, and boy, let me tell you, it is so fun. As someone who grew up suppressed, and if you did as well, I really encourage you to try it out. to be vulnerable, to be honest with yourself, to really see what you want to create. Of course, I wouldn't advise if like your privacy is at the risk of being violated, because as a kid, I did create art, and like I always had someone going through my stuff, and that created a lot of trauma, and where I've always needed to hide things, and I still do hide things, and I haven't created this type of art because of that trauma. And just as of now, I've started to care less, and I've started to just be all like, I'm a human being. It's natural. I can create this type of art. There's nothing wrong with it. And like, where do I even go with this, you know? But during the process of doing it, the art, you know, you literally feel like you're on fire, and it's something you've never felt before. I don't know, it could be different for everyone, but for me, it was so gratifying and arousing and giving me something that like I've yearned for all these years. And to create art, you know, with something that's relatable, it really inspired me, because I am a very romantic person, and I like reading romance novels, and I really like art that is romantic, and it's just the whole time I'm like, well, that sucks. I can't relate to it. Only if there were more characters like this. Only if there were more relationships like this. As I started the process, it's healed a part of me that I didn't know needed to heal and needed to express itself. So whoever you are, even if you're someone who's like, I'm not an artist, just do it. It's your world. You can create anything you want. You can make the most sexy thing ever. You can draw out your deepest desires, your fantasies. You can animate them, you can write them out, and you can just get lost in it. And you're healing a part of you that has been suppressed and that is scared. But to connect with that vulnerable side of yourself that's yearning to express, I think that it's going to help you in so many different ways, because it's been helping me. And it also makes me feel more at peace with my body, because I'm creating media that is like my body, you know? And that's the thing that's so, so beautiful about it. But I want you to remember that genuinely, you are so beautiful, and I'm so happy that you're here. And if you're watching this video, then this video and this message was meant for you. And I encourage you to have a lovely romantic night with yourself, and to take the time to explore that part of you in your mind. It's kind of like taking the time to explore your body on your own and explore what you like and what makes you feel good. And it is a form of self-care, you know? That's all that this is as well. But it's a different media, and this media is so important, regardless if you would consider yourself good at art or not. We are human beings, such amazing creatures, such creative sexual creatures. And if you are someone who is asexual, which I was for a certain period of time, genuinely, then this type of a thing is a really good way to utilize that creative sexual energy, because sexual energy is a part of all of us, but not all of us express it in the same way, you know? So that's where art comes in, because art really is sex. And to create, you know, the most beautiful art, it really is a process that is like masturbation, and it is just so healing and regenerating. It is just like that, you know, a form of meditation, because you're not thinking of anything, you're just feeling and you're experiencing. And if you begin to think too much during the art, then you're not in it enough. You need to go deeper, you need to go more in it, you need to feel it more. You need to feel, you know, the marker, the pen, the paint in your hand. You need to utilize the senses, the smells, the colors, the textures, everything, you know? Make it into the most amazing experience for yourself and create. There is a place and space for you, and the world yearns for that part of you. And it is up to you whether you want to keep it to yourself or you want to express it to the world. Either way, the world is better with you in it and what you create in it. We need you, and we love you. But yes, that was the video, and that was the message, and I really just felt spirit in the end there speaking through me, as if they were trying to get a very specific message to the very specific audience who decided to click onto this video. That was for you, because that really at that point wasn't me talking anymore. I literally just let go, and I let my mouth open, and I'm just so focused on what I'm doing right now. But that was a message that was deeply divinely meant for you. Also remember that it's not a competition, and it's not about who gets the most likes and whatever. Art is something that is vulnerable. It is scary. It's like you're standing out there naked. Regardless of what it is, we need to see it. Not necessarily we, but you know what I mean? You need to just create. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Everything else is extra. And sweet and nice and all of that. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by, for watching. We love you. Feel free to comment, subscribe, or not. Nobody's forcing you to. You do what you want. But that's that. And thank you so much. Bye-bye. Mwah.